there are two worlds here. You've got the world where maybe you live in like Cheyenne, Wyoming. You know little about Auburn football. You just bet college football.
Sure.
Well, when you see a sports book put 5.5 or 6 out there as the over-under win total for Auburn, and you watch them win 7 games, you say, hey, that was a success. They overachieved this year. That is not the way people in Lee County are going to feel about Auburn football. If they win 7 games, I can assure you they're not going to clap and say, well, we did better than we should have. So the expectation matching the reality down there is probably going to be a little out of whack. That's not the first time we've ever said that in the SEC. But then to the first point you talked about, I wish he'd do that stuff more. I know it doesn't probably come natural to him, but I thought when things got settled down there and they were in spring, I remember one day in particular, he did a number of shows. They just ran the car wash that day. And I made a point to listen to 3 or 4 of them. I thought he handled himself really well. Like, I thought he was very personable. I actually heard him laugh, which I don't think I had heard before. I wish he'd do that stuff more. It certainly can't hurt you to humanize yourself. Because the other thing about it is it doesn't matter what you know, because there are a lot of guys out there who know football. You have to convince people that you are them. You are of them. You don't just know of them. You are of them. I mean, they throw around the phrase Auburn family a lot for a reason. It's a real thing. And so you can either come in there and go undefeated every year and act like the biggest jerk in the world because they won't mind at that point, or you better endear yourself to them if you want any kind of leeway on what they're probably going to have to ask for this year in terms of what they put on the win-loss board. So I wish he'd do more of it. Maybe that's part of his evolution as a coach. I hope he does more of it, though.